Hey guys, Ashes here. Today is show and tell. So today's going to be pretty short and sweet. I've got a few things to show you guys only because my show and tell today is a little short and sweet. Short and sweet, but amazing. Now, I'm sure there's some of you out there in the whole wide world that do this already, but this is something that I've only started doing for like the past month or two, maybe like 6 months tops, and I have been adding con queso, salsa con queso, cheesy sauce stuff to my eggs. What? Best thing of life. So, everyone knows how to make scrambled eggs, I hope. If not, you crack the eggs into a bowl, you add a little milk, salt and pepper, bada bing, bada boom, you got some scrambled eggs. Well, you gotta cook them first, but once you cook them, then you got some scrambled eggs. So, you make your mixture, you cook off your eggs, and then when you take them, like right before you take them out of the pan, you literally add 1 spoonful of that stuff to your eggs, well, like per person, obviously. Delicious. I sprinkle some green onions on top with a little bit of salsa on the side, either warmed up or not, and some like Tostitos or whatever. Breakfast is served. And it's delicious. So you can also do like a little burrito even, like a breakfast burrito. Oh my god. Heavenly. So that's my little show and tell for today, only because I am going to be giving you guys the ingredients and essentially the list of things that you're going to need for next week's show and tell, which is apple pie in a jar. Now this is epic for me because I love making hostess gifts. Anytime I go anywhere, that's like my #1 thing is I always bring a hostess gift. And I'm going to be doing a little hostess etiquette, or sorry, like a guest etiquette video, which will have hostess gifts and other little, tips and stuff to sort of make your hostess happy. Because it is a lot of work when people have other guests into their home. And I tend to find that most people don't think of that. They don't think of, how much work and energy and effort goes in to having somebody over, even if it's just, 2 friends that you enjoy and spend lots of time with. Just because you're close doesn't mean that they're not thinking about you and will make you comfortable in their home and that kind of thing. So it's always nice to just bring a little thank you, even if it's just a card because you can't afford or don't have time to make something. As long as you can just grab a card and write out a card saying thanks for having me over or whatever, then you're good to go. So we'll save all that jazz for another day, another video. But for the apple pie in a jar, you're going to need a mason jar. I like to use the tiny ones because I generally will only be going over to somebody's place where they've got like 2 people in the household, so this usually is enough for 2 people, but depending on how many people you're going to be making it for, you'll need either more than 1 jar or a larger jar. Now, for every person you're going to be cooking it for, again, you'll need at least 1 to 2 apples per person, depending on how hungry they are or how much they usually eat. You're the best judge on that, so I usually do 1 apple in my household because the apples are pretty big and we're not huge dessert people, so that usually does it. So that's some cinnamon. You'll need lemon juice. You're also going to need a little bit of brown sugar. Now, for those of you who maybe don't like using sugar, you could use agave syrup or even honey or something like that if you'd rather do that, but I like the good old-fashioned brown sugar, personally. And then other than that, you'll need a little bit of butter to put in the pan. And then you'll either need a can of carnation milk so that you can make your own caramel sauce. Either buy caramel sauce, or you can, again, make your own using a little bit of butter and a tiny, tiny bit of cream and some of those like chewy caramel candies that you get at the store. I've used that before to make my own caramel sauce. So whatever way you want to do it, store-bought's fine, handmade's fine, you'll need caramel sauce to drizzle on the top. And that's pretty much it. So next week I'll show you guys how to do that. And then one last thing before I take off I know last week I showed you guys, or a few days ago, it'll be now because I did it as a little extra video, but I showed you guys how to knit little petals or little halves of hearts, and one thing I'm going to be showing you guys shortly are how to do kind of your own little like knitted cloths. Mind you, I'm not going to show you how to do the cloths. I'm really just going to show you how to essentially gauge and decide how big your cloths should be, because some people like them really big for dishes and stuff like that, but what I've noticed a lot of people haven't thought of is using them, like these tiny ones that I did, for example, I use as little makeup compacts, and like I use it to remove my eye makeup at the end of the day, because sometimes those facial cloths that the disposable ones you buy, they don't take off all of the makeup off the eyes and stuff like that. So use these, that way you can rinse them out with hot water right away and hang them to dry, because I always make sure that they have a little hook. So I'm going to be showing you guys essentially how to size your cloths, because there's tons of how-to videos already on YouTube on how to make these cute little dishcloths and stuff like that. So you can have face cloths, you can have little compacts, you can even use it to like apply foundation and stuff like that. I've used them for that before, and they work great because they're really, really great on the skin, and they don't ever smell or harbor bacteria because of how they're made. They dry so quickly and stuff like that that it doesn't allow any bacteria to harbor in this little thing. And they're cotton too, so they wash and dry super, super easily. So there's my 3-for-1 today for you guys for the show and tell. I'm going to probably be doing the little guide as an extras video within the next few days. So just keep tubed for that, because it won't be a full video. So it'll be a little surprise, so make sure to keep watch for that if you want to find out how to do it. Other than that, next week, apple pie in a jar. It's going to be delicious, guys. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.